Hi, this is Doreen Velin on Process Art Discovery today. We're on YouTube. I want to welcome you, and we're going to be working on sunsets today. This is my favorite subject. Stay tuned. So today, we're going to work on repairing a picture. I love sunsets. So the thing with sunsets is that you usually have, your foreground is usually like a silhouette against it. Now this was sort of a sunset scene, and I liked it because it was unusual. Then we had a bunch of fires last year, so I put a fireman in there, and it didn't sell, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take that little guy out of there. So what I did first of all is anything you want to take out of your picture, before you do anything else, use a bit of white to block it, especially if it's dark. This guy was black, and he would not cover properly with the yellow on top. I could take probably 10 times, and it would just be frustrating. So the easiest thing to do is put your yellow on, blow dry it, or get it dry first, and now I can continue on my picture. So I've done that already. So I got rid of the guy. He's gone home, thank gosh, and he's probably very, very tired from fighting fires. So this year we don't have the fires around here like before. And so these trees look kind of like they've been in a fire. So I'm trying to kind of change them. I want them to be sort of, trees that are live, but just silhouetted. And I don't mind this kind of wispy stuff here. This is kind of cool. And I got kind of like a purple back here, kind of like a wine color. This is on a wood, by the way. A little bit different working on wood than canvas. But I like it. It's a picture. I think it's actually mahogany, like a mahogany. I get mahogany door skins and I paint on them. They're cheap. And you get 4x8s and then they cut them up the size you want. So I think this is mahogany door skin. And so I just really want to tidy up the picture a little bit. I don't want to do too much to it. I'm just going to make a sunset out of it. And sunsets have lots of colors. Remember, there's purples, there's reds, there's yellow, there's oranges, there's all kinds of beautiful warm tones in a sunset. And sunsets are very individual. They can be kind of misty if there's some cloud in the sky, or if there's no clouds, they're very clear and soft. So this is actually already a bit of a misty, got some cloud mixed in with the sunset. So I'm going to leave it like that. It's just easier. And see how the tips of the trees, I'll give it to you upside down here, but here, see how the tips of trees? You have to put those outside tips. Make sure they all have yellow on them, because they're going to reflect some of that warmth, some of that sky onto them. So that's what we have to do today too. So let's start. So pretty well, I'm going to do the trees in black. I first of all going to just kind of repair some of this grasses here. This looks like grass on fire. So I'm going to try to smoothen that out. And I'll probably do that by using a bit of a nice warm red and just smooth it out a bit. I'll probably put some yellow in it too, get some orange in there. Just smoothen it out a little bit. And then we can do grasses on top after. Just want to smoothen out the sky. Just smoothing it out. Got to cover that guy up. He's not there anymore. He's gone home to his wife and his family. And he works so hard. Oh, brah. I can't imagine working in the bush with fires. It must be horrible. These poor guys. Not fun. Not fun. So you know, closer to the earth, the sunset gets paler and paler and paler. So I'm going to add a lot of yellow in here. To that part. You don't have to go way over to here, because you're kind of framing your picture, right? And you don't want people's eye to go right off, so you don't need yellow right across from end to end. No, you don't have to do that. And you want a bit of reflection on the ground here too. Bit of reflection on the black. Not in front of the tree though. Make sure you don't get in front of the tree. Because a tree, remember, has a shadow of its own. Now I'm going to take the top and I have to fluff it up. Fluff it up. And get nice and soft. Do a little bit over here so it's continuous but not over to the end. Okay, now I'm going to take my nice blending brush, my beautiful little cosmetic brush, and blend, blend, blend. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunset. If it gets on the tree, it's okay. I can always fix it up later. Remember, you do your pictures in layers, so. Those grasses are coming through, so I just want to block it a bit. And his head is coming through a little bit, so I've got to block that too. I probably pressed too hard. So going lighter now, a little bit lighter, lighter, and get the yellow in there. Put the yellow in. Now when your paint is too thick, you'll have a harder time with this. And the thing is, you tend to rub and rub and rub, and you go harder and harder. And what happens, you rub the paint off, or you get little lines. So if your paint's thick, water it down. Mine's a little bit thick right now. It's starting to get thick. Oh, that's okay. It's moving here. It's working. Okay, I'll bring that up. And put a little bit of white in here, because that sun is just peeking over. Peeking over the hill. And of course it's rounded, so you have to make a little bit of a rounded sun there. And that's all right. That's pretty good. Don't want to get fussed with it too much. There we go. Now, let me get some water here. Now I'm just going to work on the trees. So now we're going to do the trees. And I'm going to try using a fan brush to make these kind of like interesting trees. Remember to put this in water. This brush, it will harden up real fast. So I'm going to do those background trees first because they're lighter. So I'll do them in a very, very light brown. And maybe gray them out a little bit. That's probably not enough. Gray them out quite a bit. Oh, they went mauve. That's kind of neat. I like that. So that one's into there, and that's the background. And then this is in the background too. You don't have to do a perfect tree. Remember, don't fuss with it. They're just, trees are kind of like crazy. They're all different shapes. Remember to keep dark in the inside. And if you guys have been down south at all and watched the sunsets, pretty special time. Everybody gathers at the beach and watches the sunsets. It's such a perfect time. It's kind of like a, I don't know, I think it's relaxing and it's peaceful time. I guess that's why I like to paint it so much. And so now I'm going to concentrate on the ones closer in front of me. This can stay like that, I think. And so I'm just going to do now a black tree. That was already done to there, so I'm going to just leave that. I think I like this. And remember to attach your trees to the trunk. Don't have them floating in the sky, okay? Just kind of think before you do it. And trees can't float. attach them to their trunk or to their branch. And this tree is going to go in front of this tree to make sure that we know that that's behind them. So we're tricking the eye. What we're doing is we're tricking the eye and letting the eye think that, making sure that eye sees that tree in front of the other tree. Make sure your trees are rooted too. Make sure you have a base for your tree. Don't have your trees floating. It has to have a base. This one comes down here. And gonna bring him right down into here, I think. This guy. And just trying to touch this one up a little bit. He's kind of a bit sick. We want to make him healthy. He's a bit. That's it. So now I'm going to take a little tiny brush and just quickly put a little bit of yellow, warm yellow, on some of these tree trunks. Just kind of like, not much. Just kind of put a little bit on the tops. Remember, they're reflecting off of that sunset, right? So they're kind of reflecting. So they're going to pick up some of that color. And just on the outside, that's all. That one shouldn't be on there because that's behind that other tree, right? Think, Doreen, think. You could let your picture dry if you want before doing this, because it is kind of bucking up my black a little tiny bit. I just want to get it done for you so you see it. It's a bit too dark in that one. A bit too much yellow. You don't want your eye to jump to any specific place like that, because what it does is causes too much attention to go to a place that you really don't want it to go to. So remember, what's your focal point? My focal point's right here. So that's a third up, third over. And so I want my tree to point to it. The trees have to point to it, like that. And if it's kind of a little bit not realistic, that's okay. You're bringing your eye of the person towards the center. That's it. That's all I need, really. And I think that's pretty well it. Just going to put a little bit of black here under this, because it doesn't have the black. You know what? I like it. I think it's done. It's done. It's that fast. So I'm going to show it to you. What I did. Oh, I left the heart there. I can leave the heart. It won't hurt. So I changed that fire scene to a sunset. It's kind of a rough sunset. I have never done the purple before, but you know what? I like it in there. You might not like it, but I think it kind of fits, because purple, of course, is a complementary to yellow. So you always need a complementary color in your painting. So I've got a lot of yellow in there, so that's why the mauve does fit. That's the reason. You don't know why sometimes your eye looks at it and you think, why does that mauve look? It looks good, but I don't know why. It's because it's complementary color, and our eyes go to that. So just a little bit of an impressionistic picture of a nice kind of a roly-poly, well, I wouldn't say roly-poly, but nice cloudy, sort of misty sunset. I want to thank you for joining me today on Doreen Velin on Process Art Discovery. And I want to thank you for joining me on Sunsets. Really enjoyed it. And also I want you to stay tuned by subscribing on the little subscribe button and the notification bell, because next video is going to be something you've probably never seen before. So stay tuned. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.